I messed up. With Quadeca's last album, I think we only did one song relating to it. And we did not do him a service. We did not deep dive into that album. Now, for those of you who don't know the history of me and Quadeca, a very, very long time ago, I dropped a song that actually got Quadeca's attention, that you guys brought to my attention. I had not even noticed at the time. But Quadeca, I think he was still too young to own a credit card. But yeah, there's that. Funny how things come full circle. Now it is time to dive into his music, into his artistry. I'm excited. He's been teasing a new album. This is his brand new song, Born Yesterday. And you know what? We're going to check it out right now. Quadeca, step up to the plate. See what you got. One.
I wasn't born yesterday. I think you're goddamn lying. I wasn't born yesterday. I think you're goddamn lying.
Wow. All right. I mean, so many things to process in such a short amount of time. The first thing I want to say, and this reminds me of a conversation that Samad and I were having. We were working on my album. The thing that I notice with Quadeca and his just engineering and mixing, and it's just amazing how much atmosphere there is to the audio space. There's such depth to it. There's such soul to the instrumentation. And there's so much different moments happening. Whether it's, those weird sort of tape clicks, whether it's just the synthier sounds, whether it's his haunting vocals, whether, it's the strings of the guitar. I mean, just so many things happening all at once and happening at different sort of layers. And it's just like, I say this about a good book. Like you read a good book and you're just lost in that world. You start playing this song. And I had to remember to pause for a second because you get so lost and immersed into this world, and so much is said before he even starts singing I Wasn't Born Yesterday. It just puts you in such a mood. But man, I love the spacing. And then obviously the visuals. We got to even talk about the visuals too. Let's go back and appreciate this one more time and speak some on the visuals. Obviously this cassette tape deck is very important because you see it as what I'm guessing is home movies of him and his mom and him playing with that as a kid. And then now we see him as an adult. So already you have sort of that nostalgic feel, like looking back and reflecting. And the one sort of median that connects it all is this tape deck, which is hugely symbolic. He obviously is playing off of this. And just look at this coloring. I mean, it's so dreary. A lot of cool blues to the editing of it. I mean, Quadeca not only does the production, but he does the video editing as well. And what's really cool is you have just this simple shot, right? This simple sort of close-up. And he's not even in frame yet. And it says so much. And then watch this. And then all of a sudden, it's very grainy. That almost looks handheld. And again, it's like the greens that you would see in an NF music video. It's very moody, very bluesy. It really helps to set the tone of the music as well. And then back to that. And where's it going? I mean, again, think about the shots, right? Now you don't fully have that center frame. You have it just off to the side. So you still see part of it there, but then it trails off into the distance. And notice the fade and the blackness off in the distance, wondering where it's going, making us, the viewer, ponder as well.
I wasn't born yesterday. I think you're goddamn lying. I wasn't born yesterday. I think you're goddamn lying. I wasn't born yesterday. Oh, I wasn't born anyway.
Wow. I mean, we're making music videos, we're making abstract movies here. This is incredible. I laugh. He kind of laughed there when he did it, when you went away. And the saying, I wasn't born yesterday. I wonder how you take that. I wasn't born yesterday from the sense of I see someone who's older, who's been through a lot, like an old soul, using that idiom, I wasn't born yesterday. You know, I've been through it. Wait, you think I was born yesterday? I wasn't. I know. I understand. I appreciate. Or could it be literally, I wasn't born yesterday?
I wasn't born anyway. I left and went away. I think you're goddamn right. You want her, you need her, and yet you
Wow.
don't believe her. You want her, you need her, and yet you don't believe her. You want her, you need her, longer need you. You want her, you need her, longer need you.
You want her, you need her, she no longer needs you. Paying homage to the Beatles right there for no one. I see those lyrics and you can hear the homage in that. Wow. And again, I need to talk more on this just layering. Like so much just happened with something as simple as like the vocals. Like there was him singing the lyrics and then it came off like super synthy and phased differently. And then there was like him harmonizing, just singing some different notes in the back of the mix. And then there's like him muttering down low in the mix. Like he just stacked so many different vocal layers on top of all the instrumentation that's happening. I don't even know what genre of music that we're in right now. Let's just call this the Quadeca genre of music, man. It's kind of futuristic, kind of moody, kind of bluesy. Like where are we going? Where are we going? I mean, look at that shot. That's incredible. I mean, some of these locations, you talk about Quadeca being an independent artist, and there are people that literally go scout locations for movies. Like that is their job, to location scout. So Quadeca not only being Mr. Engineer, Mr. Movie Maker, Mr. Artist himself, he's also got to sit here and scout these just incredible, desolate locations. This is like Airbnb for losers. I feel like you have to go look up like dilapidated, broken down, no one ever goes to it, like the 1-star places out in the middle of fuck all. Yeah, that's where I want to film. Let's get it. All right, playing off of his birthday, those candles that you couldn't light, I blew them out for me. I've forgotten how to breathe. I mean, this is the thing of the metaphorical language that he's using. I feel like you could interpretate it. That's not even a word. I'm going to make it a word now. In so many different ways. Could you take it literally? You can't blow those candles out for me because I'm not here anymore. Whether that's he's like passed on into death to another world, or because he's always traveling, always on the road now, like this life that he leads, like he's afraid to come home, so you're never going to light those candles again for him. And then the forgotten how to breathe, you could take that as like mental health. Like you feel the anxiety and sort of the stress and the darkness that he's facing with his thoughts and forgetting, not being able to breathe in that sense. But also, again, literally could be taken like passing off into another life because he can't breathe. Like almost like a ghost. And it feels kind of ghost-like. He's kind of like a wraith in the way his outfit is, the way these colors are, the way he's just wandering these locations where no one else is. I mean, look at that. And then it starts to fade. See how the candles fade right there? That's a really cool just editing effect thrown in, because you have something else that's very metaphoric, like the cassette tape. Now, these candles also represent something symbolic, right? Could be candles of life, candles of his birthday, candles of his past, that nostalgia. And all of a sudden, it's fading, and he feels it fade as it lights and comes out, lights and comes out. Wow. Now he's holding the cassette and the candle, the two symbolic elements that he's introduced to us.
Now I'm here. I've been in so many tears, I try my best not to count it. I've been in so many hearts, I've been in so many prayers, I've been in so many couches.
I've been in so many hearts, so many prayers, so many couches. Again, could be him always traveling, never feeling like he's given enough back to be home. Or it could just be him reflecting on life in general, or even his music being in so many hearts, so many places. And then you talk about, I'm here. Like his voice started off to one side of the mix, and as he said here, it came and it hit at like the foreground. Again, like the mixing and the layering. And then there was like, I don't know what the fuck it was. Like there's just like random fucking noises that he finds a way to cook into the instrumentation, that he takes like vocal sounds and samples or just little like sound folio. And he just has an ear for just mixing this into the production itself. It's really cool. Hang on, let's bring it back. Check this out. That was cool, man. Now I'm here. And it hits there, and then it kind of reverbs out. And that was that, like whatever that vocal noise was behind him in the mix. That was dope.
I've been trying to unsee how you moved on from me, cause it feels like without me. I've been riffing the Florida, still sort of around.
That was kind of more of a rappy hip hop vibe. And that last line, that umbilical cord is still around me. Definitely with the images of who I'm guessing is baby Quad and his mom, the umbilical cord from his mother, so he still feels that connection to his mother there.
I've been riffing the Florida, still sort of around. I think you're goddamn right. I wasn't born yesterday. I think you're goddamn right. I wasn't born yesterday.
I mean, what's really cool, I wonder if that's like that's either a phone or is that like an old school classic like handheld camera. Like he's jumping between some of these like super clear and precise like cinematic looks. It's probably some of these more expensive lenses. And then you have some of this old school vibe that he jumps in between. Some of that grainy footage that we talked about, like this right here, right? See that shot? A lot rawer. And this one, more cinematographic, right? A lot smoother, a lot more detailed. And then him like just trying to get a noise, trying to get something from this cassette player. I could take that as that childhood that he can no longer go back to, that he's no longer in touch with. You know, you saw the lines of the tape as it was extending on, and that kind of connects his life and connects timelines. But now it's all wrapped up around the tape and it's all fucked up, and he's just like desperate to get something out of it. Bro, what are those glasses? It's like the second coming of Jesus. Quad Jesus in the building. Wow. Wow.
Those little things I should have said out loud. All those little things that weigh heavy on clouds. I had just a hint of doubt. I wish I let that hint become me. Just a little doubt. Couldn't figure out how to outrun me. And I'd be free if I just saved the day. Yeah, with you right now. And that day precious stay delayed. Cause the only thing I want is out. And it's all those little things.
Holy shit. I didn't want to stop it because it wow. That took a turn. I was not ready for that. That got really heavy and really melancholic and reflective and sad. And I saw like my own mother in there. And wow, is it his mom has passed away and she's gone? And this is like him trying to reach through. Like I should have saved that date. And all this weighs heavy on the clouds because there's this suggestion of death and this different imagery and the different metaphors that he's choosing for this. So is it his mom passing on? I mean, wow. And then when he like switched back to like the whole movie shots of him as a kid, that was it. Like that was taking a knife to the heart, man. Wow. I mean, but this is the beautiful thing about music and what it can do. And I always say this about artists and things that we talk about on this channel. And the most important thing that music can do is have that connection emotionally with someone. And obviously this is connecting with me immediately. And he doesn't even have to say anything necessarily. It's just the way that these sounds are put together, the way the visuals match up. It just, man, it really makes you feel very heavily. And it's upsetting, but it's beautiful at the same time. And I'm just wondering, is that death? Because some of the lyrics make me think it's his own death. But then there's other times when I think it could be his mother's death as well. And where was it? There was a really cool shot when he did like the lights. He was in this glass house, right? And I didn't want to stop it again because I was starting to feel the mood and the atmosphere. And he like turned one light on, and it looked like he had like an overlay, like a different shot of like a light turning on. And just the way that reflected, it looked like it was like reflecting on the actual screen itself. It was just really cool. He's got, not only does he have a dope way of putting together these tracks, but just thinking about things visually and how he's capturing these different moments. And it's like a storyline and a timeline that we follow, but there's these abstract moments, but you can understand the abstract nature of it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not too abstract where it's like so open to interpretation. No, there's still like a sort of flow of consciousness with it as well that takes the viewer on this journey. And then there was a moment when everything crescendoed, man. I have no idea how many vocal layers he had. There had to be like over 100 vocal stacks on that mix just to create that like choir sound effect, but it sounded like it was only his voice, just stacked and stacked and stacked in different ways and all the harmonies. Yeah, that shot right there. That's amazing.
Those little things I should have said out.
And see, like again, it sounds like he's crying here. Like he feels this.
All those little things that weigh heavy on the clouds. I just lived out. I wish I let that hit become me.
That's a great line.
Just a little doubt. Couldn't figure out how to outrun
That's another great line.
I'd be free if I just
That might be my favorite line. Couldn't figure out how to outrun me. I finally caught up with myself in the end. You know.
saved the day. Yeah, with you right now. And that day plan should have stayed delayed. 'Cause the only thing I want is out. And it's all those little things
Wow.
I should have said out loud. I didn't make you fall.
All those little things I should have said out loud. You know, we tend to take the ones that we care about the most for granted, the ones that are always there. And sometimes it's those little things that we forget about that we need to hold dear, because you can't put a price tag on those little important, immeasurable things. And you see him like knocking on the door, almost like desperate to kind of let me back in, to go back to that place, that nostalgia, but he can't. Oh, and the candles fall off, right? Okay, more symbolism. Oh, this is taking a turn.
He no longer needs you.
Wow. What is this? I didn't mean to haunt you, the album. When is the album coming? We are tuned in for this. I mean, it's just taking us and immersing us into a world that is his. It's almost like a stream of consciousness. Like some things are abstract, some things you have to dive deeper and think deeper on to try to mine some of the meanings. But what stays with you is just the power and the impact of the music and the emotion behind it and the way that it makes you feel. And this is an artist really evolving, really coming into his own with the production, with the concepts, with the delivery, with the visuals, with everything. It just ticks all the boxes, man. Well fucking done, Quadeca. You were Knoxville certified. So if you guys like today's video, as always, be sure to smash the like button. Listen, if you're here at the end, obviously enjoying the content, do me a huge favor, guys. Support the channel directly. Subscribe, notifications on. As always, just a reminder, stay safe, stay positive. It's Knoxville. Catch you again.